Hello friends, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, or Happy Hanukkah, or Happy December. I want to talk about something today, but before that, I'm using some new audio thing that my girlfriend gave me. So if the audio sounds worse than usual, blame my girlfriend, not me. I'm kidding. Anyways, what do I want to talk about today? Okay, starting a YouTube channel. Why you might want to start a YouTube channel. For me, doing YouTube has been an extremely positive thing in my life, and I want to give you some reasons as to why to start one. So if you're on like the line, you're like, oh, I don't know if I should do this, and you keep watching videos, hopefully this video can push you to do so and give you that encouragement to hit that record button. Here, I want to go through some points. Okay, point number one, it's an outlet of expression. Think of anything that makes you happy, passionate, something you're knowledgeable about and you like. You can take that thing and make a YouTube channel around it and express your feelings about the thing. You've got historians with YouTube channels. You've got people that tell scary stories. You get people that do tech reviews. This is the ultimate playground for you. It's your canvas. If you don't want to do anything like that, you want to instead of vlog your life and document your life, fine, you can do that. In fact, that's still one of the biggest things that creators are doing to this day. I've got two different channels that funnel two different interests that I have. This main channel is more based around me and my personality and my expression and my autistic expression too. My second channel is more of like my nerd den where I talk about things. So whether it's gaming or fictional stories and stuff. So I'm exploring two different avenues with this. You're your own boss. You get to dictate what you do here. To a certain extent, okay? I mean, if you make propaganda terrorist videos, I don't think that's gonna fly well, but... So what I want you to take away with this point is that you're in complete control of what you create. Whatever the first thing that pops in your head when thinking of creating a YouTube channel, follow that. And you might say, oh, well, I'm not special, I won't be successful, and well, here's the thing. You ain't special, and that's a good thing. Despite what mama said to you, you ain't that special. But I wanna tell you that that's better because of relatability. Despite what the online sphere says and the media says, humans are more similar than you think. Even celebrities are very similar to us. The only thing that separates us from them is the fact they've got more, I guess, materialistic value in their life. And so you have the ability to build a YouTube channel and build a community as well. Each one of those numbers is a person, and it's funny, it does not take a lot for someone to relate to you. I haven't had much views on this channel yet. Even still, I've had people on each video I've made a topic about commenting how they relate to this and people telling their story in terms of how it relates to the topic. And that's crazy. A stranger feels compelled enough to write a comment, take time out of their day and write a comment because my video affected them to an extent that they would comment and tell me a piece of their life. That's crazy to me. It's funny, in today's world with technology and everything, we have more access to connectivity than any time previous in history. Yet I feel like there hasn't been a time where people are more alienated than now. People are like in their own bubbles and they're just kind of separate from each other. It's an interesting, I guess, dichotomy. So you have the power with YouTube to make friends and a community. And you still might be saying, but everything I want to do has already been done and YouTube is so oversaturated. And you've probably heard this before, but it's still solid advice. It's been done before, but not by you. There's no one like you to ever exist again in the world. Even if you're a twin, you are wildly different from one another. There's going to be people that are similar and stuff, I guess. There won't be a single individual that will have the exact same qualities as you. Even if it's one thing that's different, that's still different from you. Jeez, did I say different too many times there? No one will have every single atom that makes you, you. That's a better way of saying it. Maybe you don't realize that you have certain advantages that can help you. I think it's because we're so caught up in the negatives, you don't see them. Like the video I am making right now is a response to your doubt. I'm making lots of different points to convince you on why you should do this. And you hear people give advice saying, find your unfair advantage and base your YouTube channel around that. And that's fine, I guess, but if you're like me, I'm not 100% sure on what that is. But I think the more I make these videos, the closer I get to recognizing what that will be. Now, don't try to be stuck in the idea of being perfect before hitting that record button. Done is always better than perfect. I'm making these videos despite the fact that the camera I'm using is not that great. It's like from 2012. The microphone isn't that great. You know, I could say I don't have a good enough editing system. All these things I see other successful people have, I think I need them in order to achieve some type of success. And that's really not as important as you think. It helps, sure, but your YouTube channel cannot exist without you. It does not matter what camera you use, you cannot have your YouTube channel without you. Your unique but not special self. I will say this once more. Everything and anything you think of has been done before, but not by you. Okay, point number 4. Confidence will improve. That's right, folks, you heard that right. Now, this is a byproduct that will generally take some time to manifest. I remember the first time sitting down after I wrote a script and then getting in position and I hit that record button. I instantly felt like, what the hell am I doing? I was reading the words on my script and everything, but in my head, there was this insane amount of doubt. I was looking at myself while editing and being like, oh, I look so bad here. And you probably know what I'm talking about. It's kind of like making a song and you want to show people it, so you decide to perform it live and no one in the crowd like cheers when you finish the song. It kind of demoralizes you. What you have to remember is that you're a beginner, and anytime you try something new, you're always going to feel resistance against it. It's actually a good thing that you feel resistance because it means that you care about it. My confidence isn't at the top because I haven't made like hundreds of videos yet, but it is so much better than what it was the first time. And as you edit more and stuff, you get used to how you look, you get used to how you sound. I know that's a big one for a lot of people. Some people just hate the sound of their own voice on recording. I used to be like that, but because I do music now, I've heard my voice so many times, so I kind of just become numb to it. It's simple math, people. The more you do something, the better you will get at it. The more you do bicep curls, the more bigger your arms get. The more healthy food you eat, the more healthy you feel. The more bad things you will do, the more bad things will happen to you. Now, that's on an individual level. And if you're like me at the start, you might be saying, what if people make fun of me? A total valid and common thing to think about. I am a little like this even now, but I think I just sat down and thought to myself, why would I live my life the way other people want me to live my life? It's pointless. It ain't their life, it's mine. And I think it was just my pure passion and the realization of how good this could be for me that it kind of overrid any feeling of potential negative exposure. But here's the thing, if you do make a YouTube channel and your friends make fun of it, be grateful for that, because they have just shown you that when you decide to put yourself out there and do something good for your life, they decide to mock you for it. So ask yourself, are these the friends you want around you? I say be grateful because they've just expressed their true nature to you. So you can make the decision whether you want them in your life or not. Some people don't realize they have bad influences in life until it's too late. But luckily with this, the snakes have came out from the bush. All right, point number 5, a ticket to immortality. Maybe, hopefully. There's a chance that the internet will exist forever. I remember like back in the day, people say, oh, YouTube will end in 5 years, but it's still breathing healthfully today. And it's probably here to stay for a long time. There's people in the past, the very past, that died and are forgotten with no one remembering them. As humans, we like to be remembered, right? It feels like a natural thing where we don't want to be forgotten. Some of us want to even leave a legacy behind. There's many ways to do that. Presidents will never be forgotten. Important people within our history will never be forgotten. Unfortunately, above all else, evil people will not be forgotten. However, while these will be remembered on a bigger scope than you and I, there is still a chance to become immortalized. And that's through this. One day you might be forgotten by people that you've never met, but maybe in like 100 years time, a relative of mine will say to their children, do you want to see your great grandfather? And he'll be like, yeah, okay, look at this video. And here I am. Hello, 200 years in the future. Ugh. And so I will never be forgotten, at least not as fast with how the world is now. And obviously I'm not blind to that idea that in like centuries time, YouTube might be gone, but and something will replace it. But even if no one notices, you will still have a place within the world of the internet. All right, next point. Better than the competitors. You heard that right. I'm going for war here. YouTube is where it's truly at, I think. Instagram and TikTok can be good for certain creators, but the benefits from YouTube are just so much better. From the community aspect, the impact you can have, and money you can achieve. Basically, everything. To me, I see it a bit like this. So TikTok and Instagram are like a modern action film. It's flashy, quick cuts. It's hard to, I guess, be bored. YouTube is more like a 3-hour Scorsese film like The Irishman, where, it's not flashy or anything, but it's much more impactful and, dare I say it, important. It's cinema. I had to do that one. You can also post on these platforms alongside YouTube, but I wouldn't say prioritize them over YouTube. People use short form content a bit like how you would eat a candy bar. It tastes nice and stuff, but it has no long-term value. I just think YouTube is where it's at personally. You can disagree with me on this, but I just feel like if you want to put your energy into creating content, the best place to do that is here, YouTube. I also feel like short form content plays with your insecurities more, just as a person, but also as a creative. Comparing yourself is just much easier, and we don't want that. We want you to be authentic and be yourself, and I think YouTube does that the best. All right, we're getting close to the end. Opens the door to new opportunities, meeting new people, being a part of something bigger. I've seen many people on YouTube jump from being a YouTuber to an author, an artist, an actor. It can do a lot for you when you start getting numbers and start getting recognition. You can connect with more bigger people on the space and widen your reach. Like Jacksepticeye, he got his big boost when PewDiePie mentioned him, and that spread his reach with PewDiePie fans. There's people like Markiplier, who I believe is doing like a movie or a TV show, I'm not sure. And I have a good prediction that he wouldn't be able to do this without him being a successful YouTuber. It's the same with KSI. He does so many different things. But okay, I'm talking about like bigger creators here, which it's still possible to become one. But let's be real here. Not everyone that watches this video is going to be a big YouTuber. That's just the reality of it. I'm sorry. But even if you're a small creator, you can still meet new friends, forge new friendships. And look, to me, that sounds like a good positive. Going along with being a small creator, you don't need to be massive to start seeing stuff like sponsors, which will lead into my last point. Turn your passion into money. Ka-chink, ka-chink. Yeah, I left this one to last because it just shouldn't be the main priority with this. But who are we kidding? We don't like to admit it, but we all have a materialistic tongue to some extent. Back in the day, like I would say over a decade ago, it was seen as a cardinal sin if you wanted to do YouTube for the money. That was like a no-go, like you do not do that. But today's world is much different. Some people are on here not because of a creative outlet or they want to express something. No, these people want to make money, and simply that. I personally don't connect with this idea much. And is it wrong for these people to do that? No, not at all. So what I'm trying to say is that there is an abundance of opportunity to make money here. You've got the good old revenue, you got memberships, which is a new addition to YouTube, and you got super chats if you were to live stream. But I think the biggest way in which people get money is through sponsorships, which I'm happy to tell you, no, I don't have a sponsor yet. The thing is, you don't need to be massive to get sponsorships. Like, you don't need to be at like, I don't know, like Smosh level or PewDiePie level. You need a decent following, but you don't need it to like 1 million subscribers. So I just want you to know that you can turn your passion into money. There is so much opportunity here. All you have to do is take that step, and on your journey, you will be. And folks, that's all the wisdom I have for this topic right now. Truly thank you for making it this far if you have been watching. Honestly, when it comes down to it, it isn't that deep, despite what your friends making fun of you and stuff. Just make one and start creating if you truly want to. You may even inspire people around you to do so when you start getting some type of success from it. You will learn stuff along the way, what works and what doesn't. I'm still figuring that out. My last videos tend to be doing kind of well for what I do. Remember, you get views on some videos and on others you won't get any views. Success isn't constantly going up. It's more of like a worm, and your dedication and your willingness to endure the doubt, that's what's going to count in the long run. Failure is not having low views. It's not having back-to-back videos that do well and then suddenly you had one that missed the mark. No, that's not failure. Failure is when you decide to give up and quit. Only then and there can you say that you failed something. Otherwise, it's just another bump in the road. And when we face a bump in the road, what do, class? We keep on moving forward. We keep on pushing through. Anyway, let's end this video. Happy holidays if you celebrate it. If not, I wish you good fortune in your life. Thank you for spending time with me.